I'm Kyle with Arkansas Wushu, and welcome to our 20th class. If you've been watching, you know that this month we are focusing on kicks, trying to improve the front kick, side kick, rear kick, the hook kick, the axe kick, and the reverse crescent kick. So we're going to start off with some leg exercises to kind of warm up a little bit and develop some power in the legs. Start off, we're just going to do a simple squat, going down and back up. And we'll do 15 of these today, halfway between 10 and 5, just to get a different number in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so I want to do some lunges. I want to step in and lunge with one leg, step in and lunge with the other, and we'll do 16. That way we get an even number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. So after that exercise, let's go ahead and do another 15 squats again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, let's check that out for a second. We want to do another 16 squats. Just kind of shaking that to give ourselves a little bit of a rest. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, that's 2 exercises for our legs. Let's go ahead and do 2 for our core. Our first week, we use knee push-ups to warm up, and then with regular push-ups. I'm going to take that a little bit to a higher extreme today, so we're going to do 10 regular push-ups. Check that out for a minute, and then we'll do 10 explosive push-ups. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's come up. Check that out just a little bit. All right. We'll drop down to 5 for the explosive push-ups because I don't want to be too tired because we've still got quite a bit of class to go. Okay. So we'll go ahead and do the clap push-up. Explosive just means you're pushing yourself, almost jumping off the ground. So we'll push up, do a clap, and land back. Only one clap for now. If you find yourself wanting to work on hand speed, you can work that up by trying to do 2 claps between push-ups or 3 claps between push-ups, and just work up on your level. Now I want to do 5 clap push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. One more ab exercise to end that off with. I'm going to do 100 bicycles. When I do my bicycles, I'm going to lay down. I bring my knee halfway to my elbow and switch. So my legs are constantly doing the bicycling motion while my abs are getting a normal crunch in. So to count these, because we're only moving pretty quick, I only count the even numbers on my, I only do 2, 4, 6, and so on. All right, 100, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 6, 30, 32, 4, 6, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 6, 68, 70, 72, 74, 76, 78, 80, 90, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 6, 98, 100. It's hard to count those out loud. Okay, so we're going to put your hands under the small of your back and hold your legs just a little bit up above the floor. And hold that. All right. Hands out to your side. Point your toes. Want to do scissors? Do 20 of those. Now let your feet touch the floor. And up. Okay, we should be good and warmed up. So today, I'm going to play with short form while working the kicks. So I'm going to start off by going over short form. So you remember that. And then we're going to replace our reverse punch with our different kicks today as we practice. Okay. So short form, just do a half opening or a small opening. Step back, inward block, reverse punch. Inward block, reverse punch. Outward block, reverse punch. Outward block, reverse punch. Upper block, reverse. Upper block, reverse. Turn to a downward block, reverse punch. Turn to a downward block, reverse punch. So every strike in this form is a reverse punch. Since it's one strike, all I'm going to do is do the same form and replace every punch with one of the kicks we're working on instead. So to start off, I'm going to do the front thrust. So we'll do the form twice, that we have a chance to try it and it's a chance to retry it to kind of give yourself more than one opportunity to work on the form or that kick in that form. Okay. So small opening, close. I'm going to step back, inward block, step a reverse punch. I'm going to throw a thrust kick, inward block. Some slight adjustment while my bus came out, so sorry about that, but let's do this a second time. In short form, all reverse punches replaced with a front thrust. I don't know if it's a Japanese thrust. Some people just call it a front kick, but it's a thrust kick going forwards. 1. All right, that was pretty easy. Had to adjust the stepping a little bit to make it work, but not too much. So I want to keep with my forward kicks before I do the different directions because it's going to get a little more complicated. So I want to get these simple ones out of the way. So the next one I want to do is a round kick. And to keep it from being too hard, I want to make it low, like maybe mid-thigh. I'm not going to try to go high with it today. Okay. 1, or at least not in this exercise. Almost like that one was a little more difficult. Let's go ahead and do it again. 2. All right, so that's the front kick and the round kick. Let's do the reverse crescent kick. 1. Stepping's a little off, of course, and changing up the form, having to change the stances for these different kicks, but it's not too hard of an adjustment. Okay, so let's do that one again. One thing I noticed is that one was kind of hard not to crouch down on, so we'll do it again. And I want to pay more focus to keeping that spine up. One way to do that is to imagine a string coming from your head to the ceiling, holding it up the whole time. It's a good way to practice forms. It's a bad way to practice fighting because it keeps your chin up, and whenever you're sparring and fighting, you want to keep that chin down. But for today's purpose, we want to keep the head suspended from a string. 1. Okay, so that's the front, the round kick, and the reverse crescent. Next, let's do the axe kick. I'm going to do my axe kick to the inside today because when I did my reverse crescent, I went outside. So I'm going to go inside just to work the muscle group from a different way. Okay. 1. It's admittedly one of my weaker kicks. I don't use the axe kick much, so I had to stop and think about this one a little more. This one may look a little sloppier. So try to slow it down and keep good form throughout. 2. Okay, so that gives us our 4 kicks to the front, right? We had a thrust kick, a round kick, a reverse crescent kick, and an axe kick. All right, so let's do some kicks from the side. We'll do the side kick and the hook kick next. So let's start with the side kick. 1, kind of like that one. All right, let's do that one again. 2, Okay, next is the hook kick. It's going to be a little trickier, but I don't think it'll be too bad. I'm going to grab a drink of my water real quick. Sorry. Okay. Same form, hook kick. 1, 'Not too bad. My only complaint right now with my kick is I tend to have that hang where I would like it to more fluidly come back. But I want to keep that hanging there for now to make sure I get that chamber in there and good motion. Okay. 1, sorry, that was 2. Okay. So that's the side kick and the hook kick. So the only kick we have left now is the rear kick. It's going to be kind of hard to do because we're facing forward each time, right? Not really. We're just going to pretend there's a second attacker behind us instead. And that way we don't have to do a whole lot of adjusting. 1, okay, feel like that one was rushed, so I'm going to slow it down, try to pay more attention, focus more on keeping those knees closer together on the kick. 2, 1, I felt much better about that one. All right, so that was short form with our different kicks, 2 times a piece. If we've got time, I think we do. All right, so 1 time a piece. Let's do the long version and do long form. I'll grab a drink and then I'll show you what the long version is. All right, so long form, the version that I learned, is still a block punch, but it does everything we just did on both sides. So if you really pay attention to this form, and it took me probably at least a year to fully grasp this, you want to really pay attention to that starting technique. It starts on a right inward. So from there, everything should go backwards when we do it, right? So it starts on the right inward, and we continue all the way through short form. Nothing changes until the downward block. Okay, on short form, we were turning left, doing left downward block. That's the end of the form. On long form, we want to do a right downward block instead and face the other way. And then it's a right inward block again. And everything goes on the other side. So now it's left outward block first. The hand that was first last time is not the hand that was the first this time. It's just the opposite. Okay, so I want to do long forward once, going through it slowly, and then we'll start replacing it with kicks. All right, step back, inward block. And I like to use a modified fighting horse, and then a hard bow. Left inward, punch. Left outward, punch. Other side, punch. Left upward, punch. Right upward, punch. Now it changes sides. Downward block, punch. Sorry, downward block, punch. Left inward, punch. Right inward, punch. Right outward, other side. Right upward, other side. And then back where we started. All right, I want to do that one more time and just perform it. That way you can follow along. Right, so we're doing that kick basically twice as many times, so I want to do these ones. Okay, let's start all over with the front kick. All right, next one is the round kick. I'm going to try to do this one about mid-level this time. after that kick, we have the reverse crescent. That'd be short point. Not really happy with that one. We may make tomorrow's class focusing more on that kick. Okay, let's move on to the axe kick. Okay, got another drink. This is a really good exercise because you get to learn about these forms for one, kind of learn more about the pattern of a short form and long form, which is the yellow belt form and the orange belt form in the system as I learned it. But you also learn the ideas and the concepts because once you realize it's just one block, one strike form, well, you can replace that with any block or any strike or switch them around and you're still getting that same practice. You're just changing the technique that you're practicing. But I like to do it in the forms because it gets you used to using the different stances for the different techniques and not always being in the perfect position and having to adjust because you're putting a technique that doesn't belong in that form and having to adjust the form to the technique, which is a lot of what happens in a fight is you throw the technique, it doesn't land where you expect it to, or they block or whatever, and then suddenly you have to adjust your entire position to get your next strike off, and that's kind of what this drill forces you to do. Okay, let's do it with a side kick. That's by far my favorite one, which makes sense because that's my favorite kick. Hook kick. All right, so we do axe kick. Yeah, we'll do axe kick. No, I already did that, didn't we? Okay, let's do rear kick. So let's go ahead and do a few self-defense techniques that have kicks in them, just to get some more variety into the class. Okay. So the first one that comes to mind is kimono grab. This is off an attacker grabbing you and pushing you back. Trap your hands, step back, come up with an upper block to break it. Can't quite go all the way up because your arms are in the way. And do an inward block, kind of coming down at a 45, brings the head down. As soon as it does, turn your right hand into a chop, back to the throat. The technique, well, it's different in American Kempo. It's just a snap kick to the groin, normally. Today, I'm going to change that to a thrust. That's the only thing I'm going to do, just slightly different to work on this kick. All right. 1. 2. See why they didn't make it a thrust, because it's hard to cap back and lunge forward into it unless you jump or something. And 3. Other side, I'm going to do the same thing. 1. So I'm going to make another adjustment. Instead of capping back, I'm going to scoot up. That way I can get a little bit of power into that kick. 2. Feels much better. So if I wanted to do a thrust instead of a snap, I would know that I might want to adjust forward instead of backwards. And 3. Otherwise, it's just not going to have the power that I need it to have to do what I want it to do. All right. So that little bit of adjustment, we're able to figure that one out. So let's do another one. Let's try it with a round kick. So everything's the same, except I want to come up and hit him in the side of the ribs at the end, right? Let's see if that works with the cap back or if we have to adjust a step. 1. We can cap back and do it. It works. Let's try it with a step forward just in case. 2. See which one feels better. You get a lot more power with that forward step. So I'm going to step forward on mine because I feel like it gives a better overall kick. And it is the final blow of the technique, so I want it to be more devastating. And 3. All right, other side. 1. 2. And 3. Okay, that was pretty good. I like that one. So again, we're going to stick with kimono grab for now, and we're going to move on to the next kick. Since we're doing forward kicks first, I guess we'll do the reverse crescent. Okay, so if I'm thinking of how to use this reverse crescent, there's a couple of ways that I could use it. One is I could kick inside of the legs, bring my foot and hook the knee back. When it's lower like that, in the stylish one-fall I take, that's actually called a scoop kick, but it is the same kick. It's just done low to the legs instead of up high. Another way, of course, that I could use it is to come around and hit in the back of the kidney maybe, but I'm going to be really off balance for that. So I'm going to stick to this low kick and drag back. 1. I like to think of how these kicks are going to work in practical applications. So taking self-defense techniques that already exist and replacing a move with one of these kicks really kind of helps me think of it from that perspective. 2. And 3. Something to feel right about that. Other side. 1, 2, and 3. All right, again, we're sticking with Komodo grab. We're going to add a different kick again. Let's do the axe kick this time. So let's see if we can even get this kick off as an axe kick, right? So we trap the arms, step back, break the arms, do the inward block to knock the hands downward, shot back to the throat. Now I know cat and back, I'm not going to get any power at all on that axe kick, so it's going to have to be a step up. My only hope is if I follow through and I can get them to stumble back, then I can come in, and if they're leaning back, I may be able to get the gut or the growing. So that's going to be my goal on that one. So 1, trap, break, knock the hands down, hit there, bring it up, axe kick. 2, and 3. All right, other side, same kick. 1, oop, did press axe. 2, I prefer the press. And 3. All right, didn't feel too bad. So now I'm going to do a side kick. I can always make side kick work because if they're going away from us, we know we'll be just fine. Oh, 1, 2, and 3. Other side. 1, 2, and 3. All right, we're going to do Komodo grab again, this time with a hook kick instead of a snap kick. So we just need to kick a little bit past them and drag that leg back to hit them. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Other side. Kind of like playing with different recoveries too. 1, 2, and 3. All right. So that was a few different kicks with that. I'll have to be sliding on the rear kick. For the rear kick, I want to go ahead and use the American Kempo variation. So there will actually be 2 kicks. It's going to be step back, just like the other one, all the way until the snap kick. But after we do a snap kick, we're going to step in elbow, hammer fist to the groin. When we drop to that hammer fist, we drop to a bow stance, facing away from them, and perform a rear kick. All right, I'll do it facing this way so you can get a different angle. 1, 2, and 3. Other side. 1, 2, and 3. All right, I think that takes us through all the kicks and kimono grab. So I'm going to go ahead and go to a more advanced technique. Comes on later on. That's another one of my favorite techniques called fire swords. In this technique, it's off of a punch. We step into an inward block. As soon as we block the punch, here, right, immediately do a chop, getting back to the throat. So it's block, chop with the same hand. The other hand comes from the back with a spear hand to the eyes, while this hand here is loading up. So I'm going to do a hammer fist across. So you step into a cross stance with a chop back to the throat one more time, and a side kick. This one has a side kick, so we're going to start with that kick, and then we'll try replacing it with a couple of different kicks. I'll do this one facing forward first so you can see it. 1, inward block, chop as you come through with an eye strike, come back with a chop, step behind, or a hammer fist, step behind, chop, side kick. Yeah, 45 for you now. 2, and 3. All right, other side, same technique. 1, 2, sorry. 3. All right, so since it's a walking kick, it should be really easy to replace this with a rear kick. So that's the first one we're going to try. 1, I'll do that at 45 this way. 2, and 3. Other way. 1. Almost no adjustment at all needed to switch between those two kicks. 2. And 3. All right. Well, we can get the side kick out there, which means if we off center a little bit, we got to be able to get the hook kick in there. So let's try it with the hook kick. 1. That works really well because you're already stepped behind, so you can almost choose to swing it out if you wanted to. But of course, I'm trying not to. 2. And 3. All right, other side. 1. 2. And 3. All right, let's go back this way again. So let's try to switch that up with a front thrust, which is going to be kind of hard because it's at a weird angle for that. So 1, inward block, chop, eye strike, hammer fist. I think what the trick's going to be here is instead of stepping into a twisted stance, we'll have to step into a bent knee stance like traditional karate and then kick from there, and we should be able to make this work. Up. 1. Yeah, that works just fine. It's one reason I really like replacing a technique. Like I said, it shows you how and where you need to adjust. 2. And 3. Wanted to come to a cross stance. Other side. 1. 2. And 3. All right, so front kick wasn't too bad. I feel like if we can do a front kick, we ought to be able to do the reverse crescent, okay? And if we do the axe kick with the reverse or forwards, we can probably make it work either way. So let's go ahead. For now, we'll do the technique, and let's do it with a reverse crescent. Just like the forward kick, change up that cross stance for a bent knee stance, and you can make this work. 1. 2. And 3. Other side. 1. 2. And 3. All right. How are we? Let's go ahead and get into some light stretching, some relaxed stretching. So let's start off with a little bit of stance work. Just get into about a medium horse and breathe. Turn into a bow and breathe. Back to a horse. Back to a bow. Back to a horse and sit down a little lower. Bow. Horse. Bow on the other side. Turn. Drop down into a drop stance. Hold that for a second. Not doing a particular count, just until I feel like I've had enough. Other side. Rock back the other way with a toe up. I'll let you try to get this part really close to the ground. And on the other side. Okay, let's put your knee down. Stretch forward. Try and get those hip flexors. Kind of like a lunge on one knee. And on the other side. All right, let's do a front split stretch. Hold that for a second. Just go down until it feels slightly uncomfortable. Up. Shake that out a little bit. Do a front split stretch left side. All right, come up. We'll do a front split stretch right side. Starting to get way more comfortable down there again, which is good. Training's been paying off. All right, so let's go ahead and close out there for today. And I'll probably make another performance video to compare to my last week's because it's day 8 now. So it's been a whole week. I want to see how much my kicks have improved for a week, so that's going to be for me. But I'll put it out there, and you guys can compare them yourselves if you like. Anyways, I will see you tomorrow, and let's go ahead and close.